Recruiters, have you ever had that initial call with a candidate, never to hear back from them, only to find out a month or two down the road that they actually started with your client in exactly the role that you were initially trying to headhunt them for? Even worse, they got the job through one of your competitors. Hi, I'm Suky from Professional Selection. Today I want to talk about how critical it is to have a robust candidate onboarding process in place. As we all know, we are in the people business. But by the same token, we're salespeople, we're working against heavy KPIs and metrics and so forth. So, how do you balance meeting your KPIs and objectives with ensuring that you have a strong relationship with your candidates? Ultimately, at the end of the day, relationship is all about building trust. You've got to be transparent. You've got to encourage open, honest communication, and you've got to engage the right talent. This all starts with the initial stages of your candidate onboarding process. If you don't have a strong process in place, you may be successful in covering that role, but you won't have a repeatable model. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to assume that you have done your research correctly. You have a process in place for correctly onboarding the client, doing the research, etc. And now you're ready to reach out, that initial outreach to your candidates. Personally, I don't like email as that initial outreach, but I do understand that there is a place for it. So, but if you are going to do that, do not do mass emailing. If you're doing it, stop it right now. In fact, LinkedIn has a feature where you can disable mass emails. Us as a business, we have disabled that feature. So every email that goes out and that you should be sending out should be customized and personalized. Um, Ultimately, this is the first communication your candidate is having with you. So nobody wants to be getting the same email that 1,100 other people got. No, customize it. It's got to tell the candidate why they should be talking to you as opposed to your competitor or the company directly. It's got to make them feel valued. Ultimately, this recruitment is not a transactional business. The successful recruiters understand that we are consultative, and the way you do that and demonstrate that is through the relationship you're building. Now, the candidates get you've sent out a personalized email, and you have a window of opportunity. Candidates interested in talking to you and learning more about that position. What should you do on that call? Is this an opportunity for you to ask all the questions you need to ask? No, I don't think it is. I think there is a place to ask some questions, but again, you're building relationships. So the last thing the candidate wants is to feel you're trying to put him in that role and you're making that him fit around the role. Ultimately, it's the candidate's career here. They're making the decision. So at this stage, I strongly advise you to do more listening than talking. Doing an in-depth interview can happen further down the road, but this is a time for you to ask your candidate to tell you about themselves. What their story is. Let the candidate tell you what they've done, why they've done it, and why they've made the decisions. I always say candidates are either running away from something or they're running to something. So by that I mean running away, they could be working in a toxic environment, or they could be having a really long commute. Running to something, they could be happy in their position, but they've hit a ceiling. There's no career progression. Let your candidate tell you all of that. As I said, when appropriate, ask probing questions. Don't feel that you have to put that candidate forward. Tell them the good, bad, ugly about the position. And if they're not right for that role, tell them and tell them why. What you've done there is the message you've sent your candidate is you're interested in ensuring they make the right move rather than fill the role that you are trying to fill. So you may feel short term you didn't get what you wanted, but trust me, long term, you've got that. Another point I should add is don't ask leading questions. Don't ask questions to get the answer that you're looking for. So ultimately, at the end of the day, people will work with you again if you have been honest and you've built that relationship. Ultimately, first impressions give us a small window of opportunity. It's that opportunity to start building that relationship, and every communication you have with your candidate thereafter solidifies that relationship even more. I'm sure there's many other opinions and comments and what have you, so I'd love to hear them. Feel free to leave them below. Thanks for listening.